everybody, today we're going to be making this little owl that is made completely out of punches. His feathers are what inspired me to make this, as they were leftover scraps from Turkey Lurkey that I made during Thanksgiving time. But he's all made out of punches. I went ahead and pre-punched everything so that you don't have to worry about sitting there watching me punch everything. I have 2 of the round tabs in creamy caramel from the round tab punch for his body. I have 2 of the scallop circles from the scallop circle punch for his wings in chocolate chip. I have 2 white 3/4 inch circles for his eyes and 1 3/4 inch circle in creamy caramel for his eyelids. I also have 2 black, there we go, 1 1/4 inch circles from the 1/4 inch circle punch. And then I have 2 little crushed curry hearts from the heart to heart punch. And you actually need 3 of those, but I wanted to show you that you can just use scraps. And if you just stick your scrap piece of paper right into the top, you don't have to worry about cutting the 2 larger hearts, and you can just cut the 1 little one. So you don't have to worry about having a whole lot of any of these colors because it's all done from scraps. So let's get going. First you need to take the 2 round tab pieces and just put a little bit of snail on there. And then you want to put them across each other so that you can make a circle. You can do a couple of 1 3/4 inch punch circles to make his body, but I like this way better because if you can see the cutouts here from the round tab punch, and that is actually nice to help me to line up his wings when I put them on his body. I just put a little bit of snail on the parts that are cut out right here on the edges for his wings. And then I take the 1 3/4 inch punch and I put it in and I count out 5 of the little scallops and punch that off. And there's 1 wing. And then there's his 2nd wing. And these scraps are really nice because you can use them for hair, you can use them whatever you want. But I just take these and I line them right up to where I cover up the cutout part. So it makes a really nice guide to have those cutouts there from the round tab punch. So after I do that, I usually put on his feet, and I just use a 2-way glue pen to put on his feet and put a little glue on the edge and just put it on to where his little toes are hanging out. And nobody's going to know unless they look at the back that you used a heart punch for his little feet. But I just think that makes the best little toes for the little owl. And there's his little feet. After that, I usually put on his little beak, which again, you're going to be placing your eyes over the beak, so no one is going to know that his beak is a heart. And I just put that, whoop, came off on my finger. I just put that in the center. Get it off my finger first. After that, I usually do his eyes. I set him aside and I do his eyes, which the 1/4 inch circles are the exact size as Stampin' Up mini glue dots. So that's what I generally tend to use, and I just put them on the circles on the paper on top of the glue dot, and it's the exact same size. And then I take it off and I just put it on the edge of the white paper. You can always do it a little bit, you know, to where his eyes are a little googly or whatever you want to do. I just like to put mine on the edge. And I use glue dots to put his eyes actually on his body. Sorry, I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. I'm not used to this. And then I just put his eyes on. And sometimes I'll overlap them a little bit. And it still looks okay. After that, I take a white gel pen to put on a little shading into his eyes. And then I just set him aside. Now to do the eyelids. You can do this any way you want to. Again, this is a 3/4 inch creamy caramel punch, out circle. This is a creamy caramel ink pad. And then I've got my sponge dauber here. And what I do is I get some ink on the sponge dauber and I just sponge around the edges. That way it gives it a little bit of dimension. And you're probably wondering how I'm going to get 2 eyelids out of that, and I will show you in just 1 second. Then I put a dimensional on the back side of it, and then I cut it in half. After that, you just go ahead and, whoops, my hands aren't working very well today. Go ahead and shade the part that you just cut in half. But you just go ahead and shade those. Like I said, it just gives it some dimension. And then you take the back off of the dimensional and you put his little eyelids on. And you can put them as far high up as you want. You can put them down as low as you want, whatever you want to do. And there's your little owl.